So before we get to our other classic review, I have a quickie here.
Mhm.
What the hell is Shibuya Goldfish? so, so um, my friends and I did our Christmas gift exchange last week or so,
Mhm.
and one of them gave me this manga called Shibuya Goldfish, which, as he put it, was too weird not to at least find out what it was about.
Okay.
Now, notice on the cover here that that goldfish is covered in blood.
Yes.
Um, so the non-spoiler thoughts are this is basically a zombie story, but instead of zombies, there are floating goldfish of various sizes. Some are like the size of bees. Some of them are the size of planes or trucks. Like one swallows a helicopter just about whole, and they're just going through the Shibuya district in Tokyo, just eating people.
Oh,
And so you have like a zombie survivor situation where you have this group of people trying to get to a rescue spot that the JSDF has designated.
uh,
Just instead of zombies, it's like instead of figuring out the foibles of zombies, they're trying to figure out the foibles of these goldfish. And it's things like, oh, the goldfish mostly discover things by smell.
mm,
They don't have great vision. They're susceptible to quick increases and decreases in temperature.
mm.
Uh, Main character is a kid who just wants to make movies, so he has a camera with him when it goes down. If I have complaints, this is okay. This is going to sound silly for you already have a thing about flying gold. Like they basically fly like they're swimming through the water,
Yeah.
even though it's air.
Yeah. How are they? Yeah. How are they able to move around if they're not in the water?
Good question. Don't ask questions.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's like a lot of little leaps of logic like that. Like at one
Mm.
point, he sets fire to a car, and the power. Like he says, "Oh, this gasoline is burning at 30,000 degrees, and goldfish are cold blooded, so they can't deal with sun temperature changes." So it was shocking a bunch of them, and they were crashing to the ground. It's like, but you're standing closer to it than they are. Shouldn't that be affecting you too, even though you have temperature control being a mammal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of things where it's definitely a creative idea, and there is like some shock in the visuals at first of like you just have like a corpse there, and you'll have like these floating goldfish picking at it.
Wow. Yeah.
Um, but I think it's kind of a dud even as zombie stories go.
Mm.
But I'm not the biggest judge of that because I'm not a zombie person. Like the last zombie thing I really liked was that Zom 100 anime we tried a few months back,
Right. Yeah.
but that was more of a superhero story almost.
Yeah. And it was a comedy too.
That
Yeah.
that also helped.
Yeah.
Like this absolutely is not. This is like completely straight faced, but it doesn't have great characters either. And so if you're interested in this, it's definitely surreal. And maybe if you're a horror guy, you like it more than I did.
Mm.
Spoilers in five, four, three, two, one.
Mm.
So as far as I can tell, nobody in the first volume made it out alive, and at the very end, they introduced the star of the second volume, who is a serial killer hobo who is really enjoying the society breaking down.
Uh,
Which, not gonna lie, that almost sounds more interesting than having the kind of earnest high school kid and the idol who and the police chief captain, all of whom have very rote and boring motivations. And
uh,
because the idol is stupid and falls off of the helicopter and he chases after her, or he jumps after her, pretty sure they're both dead.
ah,
They even said in the book, this is not the story of such and such high schooler. This is the story of everybody who's stuck in the walled off Shibuya district being attacked by these goldfish.
uh, uh,
Like to me personally, I think that the idea of a serial killer in the midst of a zombie apocalypse is more interesting than the normal people, just because it would be a different angle.
yeah. Yeah.
But I think you couldn't have started there because it would be too bizarre to
Yeah.
start there with the goldfish. Like you could have done that story with a normal zombie outbreak that people are used to, You kind of need some normalcy to ease people into the whole magic floating goldfish thing. Oh, and also the goldfish are just like constantly saying weird snippets of human language. Like it never means anything.
Yeah.
Um, so it'll be like, "Hi, honey," uh, w- too long. Like just like never like almost never full sentences. It's just always like it's like they're imitating the speech of people. So it's
Mm.
like it's designed to be creepy, but it keeps veering into funny.
Oh. Well, I
Or
mean, it's a story about flying goldfish.
yeah, like it mostly takes itself seriously. I think like when I say it gets funny, it's like I think it's funny because I eventually just got to get overwhelmed.
Right. Yeah.
So like again, if you're a horror guy and you're like manga and you want to see something weird and surreal, the visuals are definitely interesting, but I won't be picking up the second volume
Mm.
just because there aren't any characters I actually care about,
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
especially after that ending.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but yeah, that's what the hell Shibuya Goldfish is.
Okay. Oof. Well, sounds weird and yeah.
I mean, definitely creative. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It's not a bunch of 20 somethings or 30 somethings talking like they're on Twitter and eating lunch on the island of Krakoa or whatever. So it's got that over most American comics these days.
That's true.
But yeah.